What is up, players and losing your mom's basement? It's your man Killa Ali here, your favorite gaming vision partner, bringing you a Watch Dogs gameplay on Xbox One. Now let's get started. Now obviously E3 was on June 9th, 2014 in Los Angeles, California. Now there's been a lot of developments, including obviously Star Wars Battlefront 3, the Halo Master Chief Edition, some Last of Us, Uncharted, all these new games. Obviously the swearing in Sunset Overdrive was pretty cool. Like, this is a fucking video game. Of course you're gonna win. I was kind of shocked about that. I'm not sure about you, but leave in the comment section below if you're shocked. I'm just joking. But anyway, let's get into some things. Obviously, the Watch Dogs, there's some criminals and whatnot running around. But let's get into some. So E3 is obviously on June 9th. And what we saw is, like, we're going to compare Sony and Xbox's performance. Now, you got Xbox. Last year everybody said, oh, well, they didn't talk about games. All they talked about was hardware, TV, console. They said, you know what, this year E3 is all about games, so we're gonna make it into games. So you know what they did? They came out and they released like 20 games, including like 10 exclusive games, which are very, very high quality exclusive games, and it's gonna be sick. Well, I mean, it always was sick. They had Halo 5 up there, they had Sunset Overdrive, they had all these amazing games coming out. I don't think Evolve is exclusive, but like, the Evolve was there, like all sorts of crazy new games are coming out, amazing games. Obviously, they're coming out some sequels to some games like the Forza 2 Horizon, all sorts from. So glad to play, so glad to play. It's gonna be absolutely sick to play those games. And then on the other hand, like, it was really sick to see those games, and saw like the hardware and showed how like 8 people can play at once, and all sorts of like new third-party development games and things like that. It was very, very cool in that perspective. But I mean, let's be honest, when we're talking about it here, we're talking about something where with so many exclusive games, so many games come out, it's hard to keep track of all of them. So, Xbox came out and they said, okay, here's the games we got, here's the games we're going to make, and they made, all these sequels for 2015 they come out, and you're going to see way more exclusive content in 2015. It's going to be amazing. Now, let's look at Sony's approach. Sony's approach was kind of like Xbox's last year. All I heard was, PS4, PS Vita TV, PS Vita TV, TV, Switch to TV, Xbox Switch to TV. More like PS4 Switch to TV. That's kind of what it was like. Now, obviously, Sony's was good. It had Last of Us. It had Batman Arkham Asylum, or Arkham something. And it obviously had Uncharted 4. Now, Uncharted 4 is one of the better exclusive PS4 games and whatnot. It had a bunch of other things like that. But it really kind of focused on that TV aspect. Now, E3 is about games. So let's look at really kind of one. I mean, okay, for me, I play Xbox One, so obviously I'm going to pick it over Sony, but it's not exactly like that. I'm looking at it from an unbiased perspective, and I kind of find a lot of the critics even said so too, that Xbox kind of took it because, they said, you know what, we're sorry about last year, we're going to make it all about games, and what did they do? They filled 90 minutes of games. They had to cut some games short because they had to move Quantum Break to freaking Gamescom and some other stuff to Gamescom in Europe in like August, I believe, because they had so much games they had to release. There was, Sunset Overdrive, there was Halo Chief Masters Edition, there was Forza New Horizon, there was, I don't even remember, like, Evolve, there was all sorts of crazy, like hundreds, not hundreds, but like 20 games they released. Oh, and obviously the Call of Duty Advanced Warfare. Now that looked, I don't agree with Call of Duty right now. I'm not really into Call of Duty, but that Call of Duty trailer looks sick on Xbox One. The graphics look absolutely amazing, and obviously Assassin's Creed Unity looked absolutely sick. No, I found that like obviously, on PS4 they released Uncharted and Last of Us, really good quality games, but I felt that the quality of the games that were shown at Xbox media briefing and E3 were much better. Like, you had Call of Duty, you had Halo 5, you had Halo the 5 beta, you had the Nightfall, you had all that. Then you had Assassin's Creed Unity, you had Call of Duty Advanced Warfare, you had Forza 2 Horizon. I felt like the quality and the availability or the publicity of the games was a lot bigger at the Xbox than it was Sony. I mean, Sony kind of talked about TV and stuff like that, and one of the people from Gamer Fusion was also talking about it, and they said, it was a lot about TV. They were actually there. Gamer Fusion was there, and they said, it was a lot about TV. So really what we're thinking about here is that you have that games, you have the TV, you have the little bit of games from Sony, but when it comes together, Xbox promised games, they delivered amazing games, they're high quality, public and people, like, they're very well-known games, like obviously Halo and obviously Assassin's Creed and Call of Duty Advanced Warfare, things like that. And obviously, if you guys didn't know, Call of Duty Advanced Warfare, all the map packs and like that will still be on Xbox One first or Xbox first. And the Halo Master Chief Edition, which I want to talk about next, is really cool. What they're doing is they're taking all the Halos, they're giving you all the map packs, everything that's possible about Halo, and they're putting it into one large thing, including directed by Ridley Scott, who did The Hurt Locker and Zero Dark 30, a series called Nightfall. We're still waiting for the Halo 5 Guardians series by Steven Spielberg. That'll come in 2015 along with the game. But this Nightfall series is going to be cool. It'll also include the Halo 5 beta, which is gonna, obviously run at 1080p, 60 frames per second, as you saw it in the one trailer. Now, Halo 5 looks sick. My opinion is that if you actually look at it, if you guys don't know who Samson is this guy. He's an elite from Halo 2. Now, this guy's looking at somebody on a screen. It's somebody looking at Master Chief doing something on a screen. And it looks at all his stories and all his missions he had to do. And then it comes to the very end, and he goes, the guy says something. It looks like Spartan armor, but it kind of reminds me a lot of like an elite, kind of like Spartan armor. So maybe it could be Samson coming back, because when he ends the scene, he's looking into his screen, and it's Samson on the screen, and it's like reflected in his visor. So that could symbolize that it is Samson, which is an elite from Halo 2, coming back to fight, and he's one of the guardians of the Halo universe. Now, guys, hope you enjoyed this commentary. My final verdict is 1, 2, 3. I think Xbox One E3. That kind of rhyme, that was pretty sick. I like that. But anyways, I think Xbox One E3, because of this quality of the games, because of the amount of games and what they promised games, they delivered games. 90 minutes of games, that was it. Sony kind of promised games, but they delivered TV and games. So, anyway, guys, hope you enjoyed this commentary. Remember, guys, part of Gamer Fusion, empower your gaming. Remember to like, comment, and subscribe. Watchdogs!